Welcome to your guitar lesson of the week. Today's topic is inspired by questions from my online school students, and basically they want to know how can you come to a point where you are comfortable all over the fretboard in all keys, because there is so much to learn. Chords and scales and modes and arpeggios and so on. How can you be comfortable in all keys once and for all without practicing 5 hours a day? And I think one of the problems is when we start to learn anything, a scale, let's say a scale, we start in C major because it's the easiest key, right? It's all of the white keys on the piano. So we would start by learning this stuff. Which is good to start, but the problem when we spend so much time learning the C major scale all over the fretboard in all position is that when we want to learn it in other keys, we always compare to our frame of reference in C major. So if you practice your C major scale and then you want to practice E major scale, the first thing that's going to come to your mind is this position, because it's the first one that you start with on C major. So if you always compare to your frame of reference, you will never truly be comfortable in other keys. You have to force yourself out of your comfort zone and right away, right at the start of your practice sessions, to start right away with different keys. So I'm going to go back to my old university days, because at university, my teachers, during any time during my classes, could ask me to play any modes or scale in any key. So out of the blue, he would come like, okay, play me A flat Phrygian all over the fretboard. So I would be, oh, okay, and I would do it all over the fretboard. I was much better then than I am now because it's been a long time. But the point is that I was so scared to mess up when he would come up with those challenges during the classes that I would practice all of my scales and all of my modes daily and very regularly. So what I was doing is that I was taking a white piece of paper, 8 by 11, I would fold it in 12, and I would write all of the notes on all of the 12 pieces. So C, I would put all of the sharps and flats on the same card. So C sharp is the same as D flat. And when I have all of the 12 starting notes, I cut them and I place them in a little Ziploc bag like this with all of my 12 cards. So whatever I wanted to practice, my major scales, my modes, my arpeggios, my chords, I would just pick a random one. Let's say I want to practice my major scales all over the fretboard. I would pick a random one. So this is D. So I'm going to practice D major all over the fretboard, and I'm not going to pass through my C major scale before, because the goal is that I practice this key right away. So let's hope I will make no mistakes. D major. All over the fretboard like this for D major. So it forces me out of my comfort zone. So what you can do is that once you have taken the D card, you do not put it back in your bag. So for 12 days in a row, you are going to practice what you need to practice in a different key every time. So you will become more comfortable after a few repetitions of this exercise in all keys on your fretboard, because you don't play in all of the regular keys that we always seen as C major, G major, D major. These are the common ones, but we rarely practice in A sharp or in the, let's say, I don't know, in D flat. We don't practice regularly in it. And what you can do is to have a second bag, or I don't have one, but you can have a second bag to have other parameters. So it could be major 7, minor 7 for chords if you want, different types of chords. It could be modes. It could be anything that you want. So let's do another one. Let's say that I want to practice my major 7 arpeggios. I'm gonna pick another random one. It's G. So I'm going to play my major 7 arpeggios on G. And it's not mandatory to take just one chord a day. When you become good at it, you can just pick all 12 chords in a single session to make sure that you can play randomly all of those different keys for each thing that you need to practice. And when you become very, very good, it could be modes. So I could practice my, let's say, my Mixolydian passing tone mode. So let's say I have picked F. I'm really lucky I haven't picked any sharps or flats yet. So I could play my passing tone on F. Practice any seldom scale. Let's say that I would do on F, I will do a semitone tone diminished scale, something like that. It's been so long since I practiced that. I could practice my, let's say, my whole tone scale with it. Yeah, so now I have G sharp. So I would start in G sharp and play something like this. Sky's the limit, but the point is, if you want to become good all over the fretboard in all keys, you have to force yourself to do it, basically. Because if you just practice songs and exercises, they are going to be in always in the same keys. You have to practice them in different keys. So if you want, make yourself a little bag like this one, and I challenge you in the next 12 days to practice whatever you want, whether it's a major scale or minor scale or some kinds of arpeggios or some chords, and just practice one each every day, so you will have done all of the possible keys in a span of less than 2 weeks. But it takes some time, guys, to be really comfortable all over the fretboard. I should go back at it myself too, because it's been a long time. So if you like this little tip, this little thing that I was doing just to never be caught off guard in my university a few years ago, give a big thumbs up to this video. If you still have some problems practicing in all keys, ask me in the comments section for more guidance. And if you are new here, subscribe to my channel, and there's also a nice notification bell that you can push to be notified about all my next lessons. And don't forget that I have my free mini course on ambient chords. You can enroll for free. It's my gift to you. So you better go on my website and take my free course. Okay, have a really nice day, guys, and until next time, au revoir.